The hua was colored using my elbow. Less elbow that one time, so less hua. But I've got just this. Hi. I'm Elliot. Sort of. That's really my name. Elliot, sort of. It's pronounced like Anthony and some other stuff. I've been writing more, trying. As I've been redefining what everything means. I just felt like coming on and like waxing poetically. I was like, I don't really feel like making too much sense. I've had some pot over the last week that I haven't had pot in a while, so I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking chill. Always. Because the universe usually just throws me some weed. Not much, because I can stretch everything. It's just like, okay, Elliot, fucking relax. You relaxing is still like strong. Just fucking smoke some pot. Lighten up. It's like, I'm like, you know what I need for that? It's like, it's all this coming. Like, arriving. Namaste. It's been my birthday, I think, since my last taping. I got everything I wanted for my birthday. Everything I needed for my birthday. Which wasn't much, but it doesn't take much to be everything. And to be the best at everything. Scarcity is choice. It's like tunneling your vision. Also called direction. Also called soul. Also called I love you. Also called that's what's up. Also called hi, my name is Elliot, sort of. I want to say I'm like freshly stoned, but like, what does that even mean? Like, really? Yeah, you smoke it in a certain amount of time. Yeah, relative to. Obviously, I'm stoned. And I kind of would love to redeem whatever that means, but until I do that, I'm just gonna like succumb to the meme of stoned and then just like be. Don't like counter the categorical alignment that my rebellious nature, hala, it's just like, yo. So many people use the words high and stoned, and they've never been high or stoned. You gotta be high or stoned on anything, and like let yourself that be the truth to realize, at least with practice, yeah. Because try anything once, try the things I like a lot. Just I don't remember what I was saying because I got a little hung up on there. Again and again, practicing mindfulness, moment to moment, having a monkey mind. It's kind of silly. At least for me. I have a lot of silly thoughts. And like Namaste has been about relaxing on them. Like spend as much no time on the like that made you think of hotness. It's like, yeah. And letting that be the train of thought instead of like losing it. Just like, I swear this station went holler back at you, but so I just felt like being like friends, chilling. What could you say? Just all my words. Just want to say I love you. I love you, beautiful. Namaste. What did I get for my birthday? I got some happy birthday. That's all I wanted. It's kind of it's like I don't know. It's part of the journey. Uh, Having a reluctance towards my own birthday because my whole life it's been such. I've like insisted. I'm like, fuck that, my birthday. It's like that. I don't need that to qualify for anyone except for me and my like learned gregariousness. It's my birthday. I'm just like, it's my birthday. Hey, it's my birthday. Because like anything I do, like it makes people smile if you do it in a certain way, which is like, I don't know, a way. I want to say that like it's practice to being like every day can be special by how we feel and how we make each other feel in a moment. But it's like love. It's like a lover. It's like anything that can be made just a little bit better if like allowed to be a little more singular but still separate. It's like infinite creation within infinite creation. I want poetic. It's like I don't need to make sense in the like if you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You trails off because it's like this. The rest goes. There's only one that knows. Are you there with me? In my mind, I like cartoon. It's just about as horror as I get. I've never been much of a horror fan. Back in a time when like horror was more akin to thrilling. There were a lot of Christopher Pike books when I was like probably like 11 through 13. A lot. Christopher Pike is the post R.L. Stine, in case you didn't know. Mean Street or some business like that. I love those fucking books. They were interesting and they spoke of like more goosebumpy like aberrations of thrill and horror and terror street. I think it's one of those. It's cute and relatable to an adolescent in an alien world. That was like, why isn't life more fantastic? And I'm only finding them in books. So the creators are writing books. Life is really a song if you let it be all kinds of different songs. And that's what give yourself what you like. I think I like a lot of music. I pretty much just listen to what I listen to. Like brand wise. When your thoughts linger to love, you let them linger on love. people that are around you can kind of wear their beauty on the side of your cheeks, a little loose, because you're still like, there's love in the world, it's alright. There's love in the world and it's alright. There's love in the world and it's alright. Yeah. Yeah. Because like a dry stream, bad trickling is still love, like the ocean, but let's see, motherfucker about that other lake stream, and there's been a dwindling stream on the planet. Because we took our little Great Lakes and we spread them around, and then we made them streams, and then we made them oceans, and then we made them realize they were always just one bead, just one bead on the drum in the world that is one versatile song. That's why I said SU as in done before. Latter day saints of another way, triple but not delayed. Just trying to say I'm staying if that means one foot after the other. Stay one foot after the other. After the other. I like emphasizing. This is what I want today. I'm really happy to be spending it like this with you. It's important, I think. Emphasizing different like frames in like Yoda. Yeah. Like there is no try, there's only do. I know, like, I knew the words. Try. There is try there. I was like, I want to do it differently. Like Yoda. That's my fucking mutability. It's like I know the way it goes, but I can't not do it my own way. That sounds good with the way that it goes. Do it not. There is no only try, but do not. There is no try. I would say do or do not. There is no try. Do or do not, which is doing, do notting. Right? Do or do not. There is no try because there's nothing between do and I'm do notting. I'm not doing it. It's not getting done. I'm like I'm do none. That's I do not. Do or do not. There's no try. Unless we're talking about trying. And then there's a whole world of trying within trying. But outside trying, there's no trying. Namaste. Right? It's like, dude, you can't just bring up Yoda when I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just fucking try. Because if there is no try, then all is try. Right? Otherwise, what is try? Love is the answer to every route. Because you see what oh man. I had an interesting chat, like text chat via Paladins. It's just a game I play. Paladin. Champion. Guy. Sword of Elliot. In a different order. And communication, like other than in person, was just a lot of work for me. And I've got sensitive senses. Senses. Maybe I'm just the only one laughing. But I went back to that. Because it's still there, senses. I love mindfucking, even if it's just mindfucking me. Um, and in the match, they have like a button combination that's easy to use that lets you use the character's voice. So it's used to like talk. On my way. Hi. Good luck. Woohoo. You rock. I'm the greatest. Which has been a practice of mine to express and mean it when I want it to mean. It's weird for me. Anyways. And I'm sensitive to abuse of all systems and in consideration of like any kind of non-speaking or like no non-speaker group. So in this case, like the other players in the round that are just like me, but maybe don't even know that they're being annoyed by the way that this person is abusing like the system, like just by like contest the objective, for example. So repetition, but also it's like honking in the West. Everything is always like fuck you, always like derogatory, or I'm in charge, or I'm making a choice, I'm telling you what, as opposed to like a question and an answer of a question at the same time. It's like instead of telling people what to do, it's more like saying, "Hey, I'm creating the awareness that I'm creating with, like I'm having within myself, with all of you." I know it sounds complicated, but you don't have to really think about it; it just happens. And they were abusing the system. End of the match, they were like, "Fucking my character," because I told them in the match, I'm like, "Yo, please don't abuse it." And then I'm like, long story short, I'm like, if you're a kid, I understand, and so here, or I've gotten better at saying it, but this is the long and short of it. It's just letting them know, okay, when I'm doing it kindly, because I've definitely sorted some trolls, as is my way. But recently, and I guess yesterday was like a period of growth for being patient and saying it kindly. Because anyways, they got on my nerves. And I'm like, okay, all I had to do is mute you, and like I'd rather not mute you. I'd rather be able to like hear what you're gonna say. Just say it once. And then so at the end of the match, they're like, "Fuck you, guy," and I'm like, "No, you're wrong." And then they're like, "Oh, fuck you, guy." I was like, "Well, you can either be like the player that says that, like the fuck you guy, or you can be fun to play with." And without like the Sharpie tone, which I think came through my the way I was talking to them in game, which was just like, it's all good. The pot ups. Otherwise, I'm like, there are other people's ears here. Be respectful. Think of others. Smash. Hulk smash. I'm the Hulk in everything. Even when I'm Bruce Banner. And it went from like that me saying to that, then like it's like, you know, what are you, some pedo, like blah blah blah, and we just kind of talked it down because the guy kept coming back with like open-ended things to say. And I've never chatted this long with anyone on the thing, and them being like saying sorry for calling me trash, you know, but it's not calling me trash. It's like a whole kind of etiquette encapsulated in something that can't be conveyed by reading a transcript or even being told about it before. And it's like all good conversation is accessible by letting go of everything you think you know to try and figure out what you're trying to say in the best, most poetic ways. Like, did you really mean this decision? That sounds good. Yeah. That's exactly what I meant. You put that in a really good way. You just go back and forth, being yourself, risking saying things you mean, and then affirming your mutual like expressions as like there's a reason we're together, we get along, or you're sowing more peace in the spiritual realms. You feel me? That's what's up. I've been wanting to title like the next, by title I mean like I guess the first line I'd write in like my journal entry. I guess everything can mean something else now. Something along those lines. Because it's particularly slippery right now. I like almost started writing. I didn't. The way I kind of put it, because I'm allowing for the nonsense in a particular way, being self-encouraging of the poetic wax, but like doing it like love isn't the prize. It's what you play. So do things for love because there's nothing you don't do for not love. But doing things that you do what you love, to find out you love, find who you love, it's all like it's a way, right? Of motivating, of saying, hey, this is like how I want to express my life. But when love is the only way, then there's this like giant next leap in perception, which is really just like a step. It's like, and then put a box outside that box. Another box inside that box, but outside the other box. Now the corners of all the middle box, put circles there like spheres and roll them into rooms. Now you've got a fortress. What? Oh, my palace fuck. I just did it to you. I really just felt like being silly in a way that I really mean, but I'm like, I definitely don't have anyone around where that's gonna, not anyone I don't know, like anybody around that's gonna like, not just tolerate it, be with me on it. Like, I don't mean anything because I always mean what I say. What? And it's good to laugh. And like get good at it. Not just making yourself laugh, which I switched from making others laugh in my mind before I said it. Because really, making others laugh for me is about making myself laugh. That that means it makes neither no less great, right? It's like delighting others like glees me, squeals me to no end. And what makes me laugh makes other people laugh, I think. Even when they don't, they still make me laugh. And that's what's okay. If I had a harmful humor, then I would have learned that by now. As like being the best way. No, just stings. A lot of good things sting. Exactly. I slept for most of my birthday. So I got everything I need right along. And it wasn't like an avoidal thing. It was like a, yeah, shaman. So go with the flow. And we got you. And can you? Sleeping a lot. The dream time is becoming like so much clearer in a way that's never been clear. Not since I was like a young kid. And I had my last nightmare, which started like the nun dreams. So before that, I remembered all of them. And I tell you, just what they look like. No, I grabbed the thing, just gave the thing. We'll get over another thing, send the thing, without the other thing. If I wanted the thing. I always wanted the thing. You think me? I don't know. But it's like the last thing. Last. Feels like the last part of a training that it's like the puzzle isn't done until you put the last piece of the puzzle. Before that, it's just a picture with a hole in it. When you're done with that last piece, is no less piecey than the first piece, which is only two pieces. But one has to be first. It's really just the one you want to be talking about. Or not. If you like me and talk about it for too long. But, yeah, that's been pretty cool. I mostly go through life very confused. I'm a Pisces moon, so I'm super. I don't even realize like all the different layers and threads and like multis and the dies and the tries and the like shit. That's just not abnormal for me. So even at like my most esteemed attempt at like consciousness relatability, I'm like, gosh, my friends are really kind for me. I have been. Why did I say that? Because there's some mixed up stuff there, bud. You got some feelings. Some what? Some feelings. Some feelings. Like cats? You got them too? Really? Fuzzy? No. Yes. Meow. Cat? Kit. Like the bar. Who's talking now? Depends on the upturn. What have I upturned to? It's like, how many people are we? That's the question. Oh, am I really just making myself laugh out? I don't think so. It feels like you and me. Yeah, that's good. I think it could be a lot easier for people to like step their way to governance of self if they take the time and do something that has been like forgotten, but not so long ago, just long enough for as long as we've been like super effective societal slaves, and that's to incorporate our legacy, like incorporate our children, and like dare I say like the children of them into the plans we hope to make, like who's going to make them, whose interests they're in, and if they're doing that part, then what's our part? I mean, like a foreign uh, like office to bring people together that's not family and love, because the future is really allowed to be a non-place. I love the way that the Marvel uh, Infinity Stones story, uh, like just like explained time travel in a really good way, but like really simply for like it's like whoa, is this where we're at in like the world and time and like Hollywood, where like we're just like it's okay, we're letting this out of the bag. I feel like by now we can still continue to do whatever we want to do, and people will always have the opportunity to use their own mind and imagination, and to be like the puppet, the puppeteer, and the uh, the audience on the curtain. Never mind the stage. Um, other thing, it's great imagery. Mm. Like I love thought experiments, which is just what I would conversationally call what I do with my life. So also, I guess informational. My thought experiments feel very physical because where they happen in my feelings. But considering that maybe like there can be a whole swath of time that's super easy for me in my life because what I thought I had to do as like as like a time member of our humanity, our essential uh, humanity, is really like it's gonna get done by our children. They're gonna do all that like 20s heavy lifting that we were ready to do and like did, but not what we know we could do because we do it. Time's been fuzzy, but they'll do all the like that heavy lifting because they can't wait to. And our brilliance gets to express itself in like and, and what we do because we've got each other. And to not mistake what we're saying is like sounds good being said, but like remembering the greater sphere. I mean, greater by like goodly glory, the great glory, the glorified, the glory great. I like that, the glory great. That's fucking great imagery. The glory great. we're taking into account what will be possible. It's not even what will be possible. It's just considering the ramifications and the intentions and purposes of our machinations for like 50-year period spans, or broken into like 20 year period spans that only need to be broken into like 2.5 steps. There's like 2.5 steps of that grander design thinking of like, okay, so how? Not what are they going to do for us, but it's like this. Everything is for the us. That's them. That's us. And it only sounds like cliche or got like lots of holes to fill. Holla back at ya, bye. Because yeah, it's nature. It's that easy. You just look after and figure out new inventive ways, and you risk like doing the wrong thing because you're not alone. In the worst case scenario is you basically resort or revert back to that. Like utter not aloneness, complete oneness. Namaste. Uh-oh. Everything is one again. Shit. Start again. 2, 3. No, no, no. 1. Oh, no, no, no. Number? No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. What? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. Yo. I really don't. I didn't know it was going to be so gosh darn myself. And so the next step is really just hearing the truth and sides and uh, continuing to do what we're doing, which is realizing the light. And that it's behind. More than one of us. Like, there's no need to convince. Like, there's so much money in the world that is goes to waste. It's not counted. It's not a real thing. So worrying about it in like that old way, even in abstract, like dynamic, entrepreneurial, innovative, like conspiratorial, like even mana, is inside a bubble of thinking that has no legs, no pillars to hold it up. It just knuckles. It just knuckles. It's knuckled. What? Kamato. Two camel umps. Wednesday is only a day away on Tuesday. Camel, yo. Oh no, that's good. I was just like, I just distinctly like knew, kind of after every time I thought like you're not alone right now. Like you are with people. You are with like someone. So I can feel that way. It's like talking shit. It's like, what did you say? I don't know, man. Who keeps track when you're just saying? Right? Right. What are we talking about? The pillars? No legs, knuckle, toe. Yo. Oh goodness. Right. It's like anybody that is reluctant to part with anything, is still that much, I want to say, rubsorbed in that knuckleheaded paradigm of any that like love and content and like joy, like meaningful experience need be, or is it all quantitative? That there are like consciousness manners of measurement that constitute cause for really good conversation. And that turns out that might be all we all really just want and need. And that our lives can stem out of the seed of really good conversations. How do you stop the lives mattering? It's like you sit down, all the fucking shades. You're like, this is why you hate you. This is why you hate you. It's like, oh, no, this is why you hate you. This is why you hate you. No, no. Until you don't run out of no hates, you're no more no. Go, I guess I don't hate you. Go. I guess you're not you any more than me. It's like, you're you. I'm you. You're you. I'm you and you're me. You're me and I'm you. I'm you. Clones. Arnold. Governor of California. I'm a copy idiot. Kimbo. Slice. Flavor. Things I really mean. Every reverberation. So things like Kickstarter or where it's like you have to raise. Like, no, you don't. There are people like you and like me, which are the same likeness. I'm trying to say everywhere that we need us to be. And like you and like me, we need to be asked to choose whether or not to create. Our like askings, being asked, are curiosity. It's always just we ask each other. Not like, can you? Like it's your choice. Like I already chose how I'm going to live my life and all the choices I'm going to make because of that the way that I make my life. That's only one choice. Love or not love. Which is what's like all. So what about the nun? Yes, and then a nun too. None. Two? None two. Two none. Two none. Two none. None two. And what else is there? So our love. So now how love can't be all anymore because I'm already using all. Hey William. I'll play all the things. Sing another way. Because we never know what we're going to say if we are trying to say what we haven't said yet, but mean, which can be our conversation. It's like, so what does writing things down mean anymore? Like, what does journaling mean anymore? Not in like a nihilistic way, but whatever like the opposite of nihilistic would be. Line, lin, lane, lane. It's like a lanal. I we may have done anal in our minds in the same time. Oh man, it's like box within a box, and then put another box in between those boxes. Wow! I think you're gonna say like inside or outside. You were saying yours like all in between. It's like boxes, boxes, pussy meow, dude, yo, come on. Yeah. It's like, what else is there when there was never anything really? Forever. Like forever young. I wanna be forever young. You can't be young forever. Nobody said that you would never be that old today. If there is no yesterday, so you can't be young forever. But don't you mind, you're still young, don't you know? You don't know. It's just baby sacks off the floor today and throw right back there tomorrow. If that's where they go, the softest on the floor. I'm trying to say it's like philosophy. What up? True. It's called the munchies. Because I've been yamming on M&M's in my life recently. So I've been eating them, putting them in my oatmeal. What a treat. Just throw them lying there like Reese's Pieces without the Reese. Oh, that's the piece. That's the S, because it's double S's, but it's only one re and one B and all those M's. They're gone. They're gone now. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should leave on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Please don't be slow. Just one and the other fall to your love. One more say, can't you stay? Just don't go nowhere. I don't know if I'm still around. You know the way of old. But you're young today, and young today, and young tomorrow. Until you can't count no tomorrow no more. Oh, so just smiling, turn the frown up and down and up. Oh, got the flow, baby, you. I don't know. I got one hand in my pocket and the others Reese's Pieces. Oh. So I gotta be careful. I'm like, yo, you just might start pouring out your heart. Just like, and it's like, I'm like, just know that. It's like, I know. But thanks for telling me. Like, no, who's talking to who? 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 That was my owl sound was a gorilla. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's like, is that really how an owl sounds? Ooh, ooh. That was good. Well, this is what we have to look forward to, friends, family, lovers. Because right now, I'm just going to move, which basically means this broadcast is going to come to an end. But in reality, just be like chilling in funky town till like the night comes up or the sun goes down, whichever brings twilight. I don't know, man. I got distracted in the end uh, by an imagination that was internal. But there was like rhyming after that, as you can imagine. See, I just get up and be like, okay, slash making me laugh, and then you go. But now you're just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna do that. We're just gonna do that still. Because it's weird, but like that's the way that the fabric of the universe ripples. Is it ripples like close to places that ripples like it. And happiness and joy and like carnality. The perfect intertwining of concept and isness. Matter, spirit, but even more like anything, everything. It's like love, reasons to, reasons not to, fuck reasons, but refine that like raw, finer, like points of abandon, more restriction, no restriction, more awareness of no restriction, and also like all the complexity that arises in like the lightness of like the subtle planes that have no weight, so they can be anything because they're nothing until given that gravitas of matter becoming information. It's choosing love. It's the only choice that goes through all the ways, or the only way, but the only best ones to your Kamoto. Namaste. Oh, I'm gonna feed myself. I don't. This is you entering my whole day. So thanks for joining me. I want to hang out more. So we will. Because we already do all the things that make us happen. Like, what if the way to make things happen is not a thing? Like, what if our old paradigmatic framing of like how to make anything happen, any process, is not a thing? That's like truer to a more simplex, more simple view of like reality and us like beings in it. Like, not so much how are we gonna get this thing done, but more like an observation of how it's done. as like the active agency of choice is observation. It's like noticing the good and follow the good. Yeah. And then I love like the deeper, more like technical, complex, like psycho metaphysical makeup of it. In the imagination, all is law. To love, So you gotta make the only equations simple. There can be only one. Only one equals, and let it be love. For that is an irrational number. Such a nerd. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sorry. I love it. I love it. Oh, yes, and thunder dog like this. I spent so much time with kids like 3 days in a row. That really fucking. I think that was my last time, but it's worth fucking saying again. It's like, that's why we do it. Not for them, not for us, but like it's the whole world is bent on separating people and ages, which isn't a real thing. How many times have you been around the sun? It's like, if we didn't fucking pay so much attention to it, I might have forgotten. I don't know. I'll ask so and so. Like, really, you don't know? It's like, maybe. What if that is so not? It's much more likely for that to be an intuitive answer. It's more fluidic in nature than just like a gauge of a number. It's like ultra linear. It's like it could be meaningless. You want me to tell you how many days I've been alive? No, we don't count that because it sounds stupid. Why doesn't counting the years sound stupid if they don't mean anything as much as what you do with your years and what your capacity for doing and not doing is for your nows, for your time nows. Aside that, it's like, how old are you? It's like, oh, how old do you want me to be? Because I am the whole universe old. Oh yes, I just pulled that on you. Check that on my card. My license. It's my license. You get it? Sensing of lies. Because I don't have a license, sorry. And by sorry, I mean not sorry. Just rehearsing. Because I do have a license, but I love saying I don't have a license. Do you have a license on you? No. What do you want to do about it? Because I deny a lot more, but like it's just like I'd rather not practice on causing real need. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? Running. I've been running. It's like, why do you do things? Why do we do anything? What if the reasons are weak to do everything? Anything can mean anything is boring, and yeah, it's boring. Like it's instead of it being like an infinite journey of like exploration, it's just like it's a single point. Like if everything is meaningless, then if everything can mean anything, then you exhaust that in a moment. It's like, oh, okay, moving on. What else is there? It's like, okay. All right. So like that's boring. It's like I want things to mean things. Let's see how they're chosen. Let's see how meaning is like chosen, but also like I want things to have a meaning that are beyond me. Which means we got to put ourselves beyond our knees. Lost it. Because I think everything was said in that one. Something about kids. And it's like it doesn't need to be so deeply woven. It's like literally just seeing kids interact with adults, interacting with other adults and kids, different ages. It it drops all the artificial 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 divides. It's It's like, oh yeah, no, just playing with kids. Kids, they make sense. And I'm just thinking of like an instance. Never mind, like it's like it was the same group of people over a period of time. It's like crazy to think that like even a bunch of adults, all ages and kids spending a majority portion of time like as a part of each other's interactions in their lives has like zero societal probability as not even just a goal, but as an allowance. I think part of our like fire for change was believing that we'd get to this point and there would be a reason for all the like that there was a reason for all the not goodness and that like everyone in the world was on the same page of all the right goodness. Like we're just trying to do the right goodness. So, you know, people grow up, there's wars, people kill each other, but growing up, still maintaining that in power in the hands that there are that they have, it has been already given. The best, most is being done for like the singular good and the common good, and then arriving at like these powerful years of ours in that like uh it's like the summer of our years a little bit if we're allowed to fucking live more than a year. But it's a kind of fieriness, right? Like we're kind of reckless in our 20s, but um, in a way that is just rhythmic and arriving at like, oh, it takes a lot of work for the world to be this stupid. So it's not like an issue of innovation or ingenuity and like really almost any of like the known senses. How can we look at ourselves as already being the solutions that we need, as being the only ones uh, like required like authority of self to live in a manner that is truly reactive with nature, and that love may or may not be the dominant force in the universe, but it's the dominant force on this planet. So we have that. It's stronger than like we're ready for a world where everyone in the world loves each other is like a non thing. It's like what is someone in the world not loving something on the everything else in the world? Like that's not like I want to see a kind of even conflict potential within that level of like baseline cosmic self-love, self-respect, and respect of self another that hate violence. Universe ending, time splitting conundrum catastrophes are still possible. But love is never ever again a question because it's always the only question that got answered, that need be answered. What is love? It's like everything, baby. Everything, baby. Plus no more. Which is no more love? It's like, right. Like, more love. No more. More love, no more. Love, no more. That's not making sense at all. I hope. And I only really mean that specific that's going for no sense. I'm going to dip because we just be chilling like this. So we are. And I'm going to go, like, I don't know, keep doing it. But I had the best time with you. That's all I wanted. Thanks for being so smart and laughing at all of my laughings. Even when you're not laughing, but that's never you're always laughing. You laugh more than I think you're laughing, but then you also don't laugh as much as I'm laughing all the time too. I know it. I know it. But you're still freaking the best. So, peace out, E-Town. I just didn't want there to be too long between and like the always together soul tribe from India. Lover duo combo. Can I have fries with that? By fries you mean potato legs? Legs? Ooh. Wednesday. Come on. I love you. I love you. Namaste. Bye.